Right.
And what we're going to be talking is about something called mind mapping. Okay? And it's something that I've been using for a few years now. It's a technique to help you organize your thoughts. It helps you show ideas and how they're connected to each other. Okay? So it's really a very, very useful tool, and it's something that I use in all kinds of environments, but in particular at the university. We use this with the graduate students to help them do their thesis or their memoir, to organize their ideas. But this is something that is useful for everyone. It's useful for small children, like grade school, you know, high school, people like you, in college or adult education, as well as at the university. And it's a technique that's been developed by psychologists, people whose specialty is ideas and thought patterns and how people structure ideas in their head. Okay? So it's something we use in education. I actually use this to organize my courses. When I'm asked by the college or by the university to create a new course, the first thing I do is I use this concept of mind map, and I create a map of the topic that I have to teach. So I create, it's basically like a roadmap that I'm creating to understand a field. And there's software that I use to do this, that actually once I've created the mind map on my computer, I can export it directly into Word or into PowerPoint, and that creates the version 1.0 of my presentation. So it's a very good way to organize your ideas and to make sure that you get the whole depth of a topic. So to help you when you need to think a topic through, to go to the end of a topic, and also to organize the information. You know, when we think about computers, let's say, right? Computers involves a lot of things, and there's a lot of different domains that are involved in the process of computers. Well, you sort of put down on paper all of your ideas, and then you could organize them by topic, by field, by area, by interest. And it's a very, very useful tool to get your ideas organized. And in particular, one of the areas where it's very useful is for brainstorming. So in the process of problem solving, which is the topic of this course, we mentioned that, if you remember, we mentioned that at some point, right, you might need to do some brainstorming to try to get around a problem. So the mind map is a way that you can, in a group, that's what we're going to do today, organize your ideas around a topic, around a problem, to be able to help you identify what are the root causes and to help you find solutions to address these root causes. All right? Yes, yes, okay. So how do we create a mind map? How do we do this mind map? And this is a concept, when I'm presenting you this sort of recipe to create mind maps, is the one that was defined by the guy who created the concept, a guy called Tony Russo. That's what we're going to look at. Oh, I think I clicked on the wrong slide. There we go. So the first thing we want to do is start in the center with an image of the topic. Now, it's recommended that we do this in multiple colors, at least 3 colors. Now, unfortunately, since we moved classrooms today, we only have, I only have a chalkboard, and I only have one color chalk, unfortunately. In our normal classroom, this would be a little bit easier. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select a topic, something that we want to create a mind map about. Okay, any suggestions of what we could create what we could choose as a topic? What are you learning in other classes? Something that's difficult that you...
French.
French. Something maybe more related to IT.
Visualization.
Networking?
Ze zijn allemaal thuis. En nog
Okay,
oké.
networking. So we're starting the center, okay, with an image of the topic. So what are we going to talk about here? All right, we're going to talk about networks. So I'm going to draw in the center, I'm going to draw a little network design. This is a little network. You've seen this type of drawing before?
Yeah.
This is a bus topology. Yes, this is the logic diagram of what a bus topology theoretically looks like.
Looks like Kilroy was.
Kilroy?
Kilroy was here.
Okay. Right? So, and you have on this little drawing, you would have little computers.
Oh, it's a link block for me. That's the first thing that came on my head.
Rorschach in the diagram.
Rorschach.
Okay? So this is at the center, right? Then we're going to use images, symbol, code, and dimensions throughout this mind map. Then we're going to select keywords and print them in upper or lowercase letters. So this is the high level. What we're talking about here is networks, right? So what is involved in a network? What are the subtopics, if you prefer, the concepts that are part of a network?
Neat tables.
Computers.
Oh, we'll write down ideas and we'll organize as we go, okay? So one person says NIC. By NIC, what you mean is a network interface card. Someone else wanted to add something?
Workstations.
Workstations.
OSI model.
Router.
Tables. Software.
Okay, one at a time.
OSI model.
OSI model. Routers. Switches.
Pockets.
Hubs.
Cables.
Hubs.
Not necessarily new.
Monitor.
A monitor.
Right, it's part of the
I don't think there's lots of this kind of important.
Computer.
Okay, so let's just start with these ideas. See, we put each word and image on one line, right? All coming out. And then connect the lines starting from the central image. The central lines are thicker, organic, and flowing together. Now, are there some things that go together here?
Hub switches.
Are there some things that are part of the same basic concept? So,
Hub switches.
hub switches,
Hub switches and routers. Switching and monitors.
hub switches and routers.
Yes.
So let's start with hub. Right? And how about we create a category, a big category, let's take a big line here, that we're going to call hardware. Okay? In this big category of hardware, we'll split like a tree, right, into subcategories. There'll be networking hardware, there'll be computer, so stuff that is part of the network, stuff that is part of the computer. They're sort of the two big branches, right, of hardware. And so in the computers, you would have, let's see, maybe like a workstation.
Monitor. You can get rid of the one on top.
And maybe we'll put the monitor connected to the workstation. Because the monitor by itself is not really useful in the network, right? But the monitor is useful as a part of the workstation. Right? Yes? Okay. And then on the network, we're going to have the switching.
Well, you have the OSI model, which is important.
Connectors? You know,
The
connectors.
switching, the hubs, the routers,
What about connectors?
right? Okay, and we have, let's create a new category of cabling, right? And in the cabling category, we would have like the categories 5. We would have the connectors, RJ45 connectors, right? And then in the hardware, the network, on the workstation, the workstation to be connected to the network will need a NIC. But the NIC is also related to the cabling, to the dotted line, right? And it's also related to the switches. We'll do a dotted line. Is this okay? Have you followed me so far? Does this make sense? So what we're doing here is we're moving stuff around. We're organizing the ideas. And we're trying to, well, of course, ideally we would also use colors and try to make the lines the same length, but here we have some restrictions here. But we're going to move to that, right? And we're trying to organize all of the concepts, put all of the concepts that are part of networking, and then use, if we could, use colors and emphasis and try to make things work together. Yes, does this make sense? Now, also the other thing we want to do is to keep it clear, right, and organized. So let's not use this for a second. What is this? Okay, let's try to do this bigger now. Let's try to go bigger, all right?